Today we'll be making the Lindsay Leo. You need the neckline, the underarm strap, the front, the middle back strap, the 2 middle bands, 1 front bottom Leo, 1 back bottom Leo, and 2 leg bands. Take the middle back strap, fold it in half with the right sides together, pin along the edge and sew. Once you've done that, we're going to fold it right sides out. Next, we're taking the bodice and folding the sides over by 1/2 inch, and then we're going to top stitch that. Now we're taking the completed back strap and we're going to line up with the notch that's on the bodice edge, pin in place, and then sew. Now we're placing the bodice with the right sides up, fold over the sides without the strap so the wrong side is facing up. Now line up the back strap with the notch and then go ahead and pin in place and sew. With the bodice wrong sides out, we're going to take the binding and place it with the right sides together with the top. Start pinning from the edge of the neckline to the other. Once you have that pinned on, we're going to go ahead and sew. Now we're going to fold it right sides out. Now we're taking the raw edge of the binding and we're going to fold it in half towards the seam, and I'm just clipping it to hold it in place. Now we're taking the folded edge and we're folding it in half again to close the raw edge and the seam. Once that is clipped all the way around, go ahead and top stitch. Next, we're going to add the neck binding. First, we're going to find the center of the neckband, and what we want is for the bodice and the neckband to be right sides together, and then we're going to clip. Once that is clipped, we're going to sew along the entire raw edge of that neck binding. Fold the raw edges of the binding in half towards the center, and then fold it in half again to encase the raw edges and the serger edges. Go ahead and pin, and then once you've completed that, you can top stitch. Next, we're taking the raw edges of the straps and we're lining them up with the notches that are on the back of the bodice. Once you have those lined up, go ahead and pin, and then once those are pinned, you can top stitch. Now we're going to fold the bodice in half and then clip and top stitch in that section, and that's going to create the V point of the neckline. Now we're taking the front and back bottoms and we're lining them up, clipping along the sides and along the crotch. Once those are clipped, you can go ahead and sew. Next, take your leg bands, fold them in half, clip on the raw edges and sew. Now we have our bottoms with the wrong sides in, and we're going to fold our leg bands in half and then line them up how you want them on your legs. Now we're taking the bands and we're placing them with the right sides together inside of the bottoms. We're going to align the raw edges, and here I'm just quartering them. Once I have those pinned, I will go ahead and sew. Now our bottoms are complete. Now we're taking our two middle bands and folding them in half, clipping along the short raw edge, and then we will sew. Now we're taking our bodice piece and the two middle bands. We're going to place one band on the outside of the bodice and one band on the inside of the bodice. The outside band will be right sides touching the outside of the bodice. The inside band will be the right side of the band touching the wrong side of the bodice. Once you have that clipped on, you can go ahead and sew all the way around. Now we're going to turn the bottoms inside out. We're going to place them over the top of the bodice with the raw edges together. Go ahead and clip both layers of the middle band and the bottoms together. Once you have that clipped together, you will go ahead and sew all the way around. Now that you have that sewn, your Lindsay Leo is complete. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we would love to see your creations on the Retro Sparkle Designs Facebook page.